to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today's program is very special. It's the grand finale for this 13th year of the program. The program is featuring St. Peter's Secondary School, the reigning champions who are defending their trophy against Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Before we meet these contestants, let's take a message from our sponsors.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund, we invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back, viewers, to our grand finale. The contest is between St. Peter's Secondary School, our reigning champions, and they are going to be contesting with Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, and it's represented by
Ulanda Beru, SS3.
Chimuchiko Inform 3.
Kofi Sefa, SS3.
You are welcome, gentlemen. On my left, we have St. Peter's Secondary School, represented by
Asayinua.
Michael Foley. Beko Delasi.
You are also welcome. Let's get right to it. Round one. We'll begin on my left with St. Peter's Secondary School. Your question, and one attempt only, please. What is the function of the thoracic duct? Yes, Michael?
The thoracic duct retains lymph back into the circulatory system.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, what is the function of enterokinase? One attempt only, please. Yes, Timothy?
It is an enzyme which catalyzes the conversion of the inactive trypsinogen to active trypsin.
That's correct. For this next two questions, I'm going to be alternating, all right? So listen to your preamble. Name one element named after a human being, and you have one attempt when I get to you. So you'll tell me the name of the element and the person after whom it's named. And I'm starting with you, St. Peter's. Yes, Michael?
Mendelevium, after Dmitry Mendeleev.
That's correct. Your turn, Presbyterian boys. Yes, Roland?
Einsteinium, after Albert Einstein.
That's also correct. Electricity supplied by a battery is direct current, while that from the mains is alternating current. Distinguish between these two types of current. One attempt only. Yes, Michael?
The direct current is the type of current which flows in only one direction, but the alternating current is the current which reverses its polarity or direction periodically.
That's correct. Find the value of x if 5 to the power, and I'm giving you an expression for the power, 3x minus 6 is equal to 125. Yes, Timothy?
X is 3.
X is 3. Fill in the lettered blanks. And I'm going to give you a statement, and you will have one attempt to give me the answers in the proper order. The larvae of insects in the order Lepidoptera are called -A, while those of insects in the order Diptera are called -B. Yes, Michael?
A is caterpillar, B is maggot.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, similar situation. You are going to fill in the lettered blanks in the statement. You have one attempt and give it in the proper order. The sensory receptors in the ear are sensitive to dash A, while those in the tongue are sensitive to dash B. Yes, Sifa?
A is sound, B is chemicals.
That's correct. Next pair of questions. Copper 2 in aqueous solution can be written as Cu, open brackets, H2O, subscript 4, 2 plus. A hydrated salt of copper 2 can be written as CuSO4.5H2O. What is the difference between the water molecules in the former and the latter? Noah.
Okay, for the first one, the water molecules are bonded directly to the copper ion. But in the second one, the water molecules are surrounded, they are coordinated around the salt, attached to the salt.
What do you mean bonded directly? I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. In the first case, the water is covalently bonded to the copper. In the second case, this is water of hydration, where the water molecules are weakly bound to the crystal. Presbyterian boys, the benzene molecule is stabilized by resonance, but the charge on the anion formed from benzene by removing a proton is not. Why? It's not stabilized. Why? Yes, Timothy.
In the benzene form, the delocalized electrons are free to move around all the carbon atoms, so that the octet rule for each carbon atom is satisfied. However, when a proton is removed, the electrons are not adequate to satisfy the octet rule for all the carbon atoms, so the compound is not stable.
Why? I'll give you 1 out of 3. I was expecting you to tell me about the directions of these bonds, okay? So the anion charge is in an orbital perpendicular to the orbitals of the electrons involved in the ring structure. Okay, so perpendicular. The next pair of questions. Yours first, St. Peter's. Electricity corporations have an international standard color code for wiring our homes and electrical equipment. Which colors or color is or are used for 1, the live wire, 2, the earth, 3, the neutral? You are going to give me 3 colors in the proper order and 1 attempt. Yes, Noah?
Okay, the live is brown, the neutral is green or yellow, and the earth is blue.
I'm going to give you 1 out of 3. You got the live one right. The live is brown. The earth is yellow or green. So it's the earth, not the neutral. Okay? And then the neutral is blue. Your question, Presbyterian boys. An electric bulb contains a tungsten filament which glows white when hot. The bulb is filled with argon, an inert gas. Give 3 uses of the argon gas. 1 attempt only. Yes, Timothy.
The tungsten is inert, so it prevents the argon is inert, so it prevents oxidation of the tungsten when it becomes hot, and also prevents the blackening of the glass surface. And also, because the argon is present in the bulb, there's a pressure within, so that the tungsten is not vaporized as a result of the heat supplied.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. Yes, you got this right. It prevents the filament from being oxidized, and it prevents the bulb from blackening. Those 2 you got right, but you could have added, it prevents the weakening of the filament, and as a result of the prevention of the oxidation, it prevents reduction in the conducting properties of the filament. Last pair of questions in this round. St. Peter's, state a valid conclusion which can be drawn from the two statements. And the statements are, some old things are valuable. Second statement, valuable things are expensive. One attempt only. Yes, Noah?
Some old things are expensive.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, state a valid conclusion which can be drawn from the two statements. Your first statement, all mathematicians are smart people. Second statement, Kofi is not a mathematician. One attempt only. Yes, Timothy?
Kofi may or may not be smart.
That's correct. On that note, we come to the end of round one.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the first round, our scores are St. Peter's Secondary School, 21 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 21 points. Well done, gentlemen. We are in a dead heat. Let's see what happens in round two. As you know, contestants, round two is a round for applied science. I know you studied a lot of science in your classrooms. Let's find out how well you apply all these concepts to everyday situations. Good luck. We'll start on my right with Presbyterian boys this time. Your question. A solid right circular cone has base radius 5 centimeters and height 12 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the cone. Please leave your answer in pi. Yes, Timothy?
65 pi centimeters squared.
Try again. Yes, Roland?
90 pi centimeters squared.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A solid right circular cylinder has base radius 10 centimeters and height 15 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the cylinder. You may also leave your answer in pi. Yes, Michael?
350 pi centimeters squared.
Try again. Yes, Noah?
10 roots, 325 centimeters squared.
Yes, the lassie?
250 pi centimeters squared.
For a bonus? Yes, Roland?
500 pi centimeters squared.
500. Next question to you, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. A housewife observed that whenever she makes salad, the salad leaves, that is the lettuce, wilt within a shorter time when she puts the salad cream on it. But the leaves remain crisp for a longer time when she does not add the salad cream. Could you explain to her what is going on? Yes, Timothy?
The crisp, the cream is viscous or is thick, and it absorbs water from the lettuce and causes the wilting of the lettuce. However, for the crisp substance, it does not absorb any water from the leaf, so it does not wilt.
Yes, if I add something or clarify.
When the salad cream is not added, it remains crisp as a result of the water the water that remains inside. But when the salad cream is added to it, there's an osmotic gradient created, and this lets water leave the leaves. Therefore, the turgidity of the leaf goes down.
I'll give you that. So, viewers, if you are not ready to eat your salad, leave the cream off. Your question, St. Peter's. Another housewife observed that even though the addition of baking powder and yeast to flour dough both cause the dough to rise, in the case of the baking powder, the dough only rises when heat is applied, whereas with the yeast, the dough rises at room temperature. Could you explain to her what is going on? Yes, Noah.
Okay, for the baking powder contains sodium hydrogen carbonate. So this can only release the CO2 when it's heated, as it decomposes to release the CO2, which helps the bread to rise. But that's for the yeast undergoes fermentation. That's anaerobic expression to produce the CO2, which helps the bread to rise.
Add something.
And also, when the
bell has gone. I'll give you 2 out of 3. The main idea is to produce CO2. When yeast is added to the dough, alcohol fermentation of the yeast cells occurs, and this results in the production of the CO2, which causes the dough to rise. Fermentation can occur at room temperature. Baking powder, on the other hand, contains sodium bicarbonate and a weak acid. This was missing from your response. Okay, the two react in the presence of water and heat to produce the CO2. Next pair of questions. Presbyterian boys. Little Essie is sipping an orange drink with a transparent straw. She sucks in the drink and quickly covers the top of the straw with her finger. With her finger still at the top of the straw, she raises the straw and finds a column of the drink trapped in the straw. She is fascinated to realize that as long as her finger remains on the top of the straw, the drink in the straw does not flow out. However, when she takes off her finger, the drink flows out. What is going on? Yes, Roland.
When little Essie sucks on the drink, she takes in the air on the surface of the drink and thereby reduces the pressure there. So the atmospheric pressure lifts the drink through the straw into the Essie's mouth. When she covers the straw with the finger, the pressure there is still very low, and therefore the atmospheric pressure is still able to keep that column of the drink in the straw. And when she takes her finger off, the pressure on both sides of the drink equalizes, and therefore the liquid is able to accelerate downwards under its own weight.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A man intends to buy a beautifully sprayed car from a second-hand car dealer. He, however, wants to be sure that plastic fillers have not been used to cover up rusts or crash damage. How can he detect whether or not plastic fillers have been used? Yes, Noah.
Okay, he can do this by using a magnet. Thus, he can use a magnet on a car. And places where they are plastic, the magnet will not be attracted. But places where it's metal, it will be attracted.
You are right. So when you are going to the second-hand car dealer, don't forget to take your magnet. Next pair of questions. Presbyterian boys. A liter of petrol costs 7,800 cedis, and the average fuel consumption of a car is 5 liters per 42 kilometers. Find the cost of petrol for a journey of 252 kilometers. Yes, Timothy.
234,000 cedis.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A liter of diesel costs 7,500 cedis, and the average fuel consumption of a truck is 8 liters per 30 kilometers. Find the cost of diesel for a journey of 750 kilometers by the truck. Yes, Michael.
150,000 cedis.
Try again. Yes, Noah.
800,000 cedis.
Your last chance. Michael.
1.5 million cedis.
That's correct. The last pair of questions for this round, and we are starting with you again, Presbyterian boys. Not all living things breathe, but all living things respire. Do you agree with this statement? Explain your answer. Yes, Timothy.
I agree with this statement because for an organism to breathe, it has to possess lungs, and breathing is just the process by which air is taken inhaled into the body and exhaled outside. But then all living things respire because some organisms possess spiracles and other structures to take in air. But then respiration occurs when oxygen is used to oxidize glucose to produce energy, which is vital for the survival of any living organism.
I'll give you the mark. A cell with chromosome number 13 is more likely to come from testicular tissue than from liver tissue. Do you agree with this statement? Explain your answer. Yes, Michael.
I agree with this statement. This is because for testicular tissues, the chromosome number is going to be haploid, meaning that it will contain an odd number of chromosomes. But then for the liver, it should be a diploid number of chromosomes, which should be even. So I agree with the statement.
That's correct. This brings us to the end of round 2.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way. That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the second round, our scores are St. Peter's Secondary School, 39 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 41 points. We are still going on. Round 3. Contestants, as you know, round 3 is our problem of the day. The problem of the day requires a bit more effort, and so we'll give you more time. From the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes in which to present your response. You may turn over your sheets so that we can read the problem of the day. Our problem of the day. Evaluate. Log to the base 2 of 5 over 3 plus log to the base 2 of 6 over 7 minus log to the base 2 of 5 over 28. That's the first part. For the second part, if log to the base 8 of n is equal to half p, and log to the base 2 of 2n is equal to q, and q minus p is equal to 4, find the value of n. Good luck, contestants. You may begin.
truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund, we invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Contestants, please send representatives to present your solutions on the whiteboards. The contestants have presented their solutions. Before we look at them, let's first take a look at the ideal solution from our consultants. For the first part, to calculate for the answer, you need to take the log to the base 2 of 5 over 3 times 6 over 7 times 28 over 5 to give log to the base 2 of 8, which is 3. Next, let's collect what we know. P is equal to 2 to the log to the base 8 of n.